Your Super Bowl champions have drafted Jahad Campbell with the 31st overall pick. Yes, we're talking the NFL drafts a little late. We're also talking the 2025 NFL schedule. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Philly Sports Now, a Philly fan podcast. My name is Zach, with me is Andrew, and we're back to talk all things Philly sports. Now that the Eagles have released their 2025 season schedule, I just watched the video. I actually didn't know there was a video released for the Eagles schedule because it's not funny. So it definitely doesn't make the rounds like the Minecraft one from the Chargers, which is my favorite, which is why I'm going to use that as the example. I'm still allergies, Zach, so sniffles. Sorry, this is the first 30 seconds, so I'm going to lose any newbies for sure, but sniffles, just giving you the warning. But yes, the Eagle schedule was released, so we want to talk about that. Talk about the draft because we haven't talked about the draft since that happened, and Dallas Goedert news, and I think we just start with that because it's kind of its own little thing right there. Dallas Goedert taking a pay cut to stay on the Eagles. I'm pretty sure, if I remember reading correctly, that he was given authorization to go seek a deal somewhere, and he kind of put out his feelers, tried to see if anything. And I believe, if what I heard was correct, the only team interested was the Giants. And so Goddard was like, I'll take a pay cut and I'll stay in Philadelphia.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of where he's at with his career right now is, with him being short on the contract, that was the biggest thing. And I think for him to get that move, it would have had to take him taking a pay cut no matter where he went. And I think when he realized that, just stay here. I mean, I'm happy to see him back. I think he's a fantastic tight end.
Absolutely.
Especially when healthy. Obviously, last year he missed a few games, but he came back and made a giant impact. I mean, never forget that Packers moment when he's running down the sideline and stiff arming the defender down and scores that touchdown. So I think he's got plenty left to go. And I think, it's an exciting move. I thought for sure, I can't remember when that weird press conference was with Sirianni and like that, it looked like a hotel lobby.
Yeah.
And I mean, whatever he said about Goddard, it made it seem like he was good as gone. So I'm happy to see that they worked it out. Happy to see him back and excited for what's to come next season.
I think he wanted more money, which is fair. You just went on. I think after the Super Bowl is won, I don't know, man. I'm flopping all. I was just talking fine in the Phillies podcast, and I feel like I'm flopping all over my words this time. I think after players win a Super Bowl, they think they are worth more money, which is totally warranted. I think Goddard is a very good, I think he's a great tight end in the NFL. I think he's probably top 5 in the league right now. However, I don't think he's like elite player status, if that makes sense. Like, I think he's one of the best tight ends, but I don't think he's like an elite player in the sense of like peak Travis Kelce. Like, I'm not gonna like Travis Kelce now. He's definitely like up there, if not better. But I'll say like peak Travis Kelce was basically a wide receiver 1, plus he was a tight end. Like, he had other qualities that made him worth elite money. And Goddard just is not at that level, especially this age. It's funny. He's what, 29, 28, something like that. So it's not like he's super old or anything. It's just, he's just not, I think, worth a super duper amount of money. And that's all it comes down to. And, I think the Eagles are going to try and run it back in the next 2 years, including this year. So I think there's plenty of fun to be had here. And I think we can all just agree. Sorry, Nate, but the New York Giants is just a train wreck of a team right now. Between the Giants and the Jets, New York just doesn't know how to play football this decade is the best way to put it.
Yeah, for sure. I think, no matter, once you win the Super Bowl, and I think you couldn't pay everybody, obviously. Like, that's why you got rid of guys like CJ Gardner-Johnson. I mean, you had to open up a space somewhere. And I think that's where this is. And it's a move that worked out. And yeah, it's going to continue to grow. And, like you said, he's just around that 30 age mark. And, by the end of next season, he will be 30. And it's you got to be careful in football when they get to 30 with all the injuries, making that
especially
extension.
Oh God. I think, and especially with the tight end position, the tight end is one of the more physical offensive positions that's not on the line, obviously. And goddamn, I had the obviously thrown around, but it's just with those more physical positions, the 30-year mark is definitely way more impactful than a wide receiver position.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, for sure. And you don't there's so yeah, you don't have like the tight end position, you don't have as many out there as like other positions. Like you only find a few good tight ends here and there. So you gotta make sure you can keep the ones you got.
Which I'll say, I guess the tease now. We'll be talking about the draft next. Make sure you stay tuned. Comment who you liked from the NFL draft. But I was still shocked we didn't take a tight end even in the later spots, just as like stock. You know what I mean?
I think it's because you only take so few on the roster. And they did like Calcantara, he just wasn't a starter. And once they realized that Dallas is coming back, I think your tight end room's already there. So I just don't
That's
think there's
true.
anywhere to bring in a tight end.
There's no. Yeah, I guess once you settle on Goddard, there's no
Yeah.
reason to draft a third or fourth tight end just to have him. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Especially because probably in the next year or two they look for a round one or two tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think too, with a lot of tight ends went a lot earlier than people thought. So that didn't help the case either.
Jihad Campbell was the Eagles' first pick of the draft, linebacker from Alabama. I think everyone was pretty happy with this pick. I saw non-Eagles fans being upset that the Eagles got away with that. Like, I've heard nothing but good things from Philly for that pick.
Yeah, no, I mean this was a tremendous pick. I think similar to last year, you're kind of surprised this guy keeps falling and falling. It's a veteran, it's a linebacker on a very good college team, a guy that's proven himself, and it's similar to he had the similar to Cooper DeGino, but had a little bit of an injury bug, and that's why he fell. And if he gets right and he's ready to go in training camp, he's going to have an immediate impact, and especially the linebacker position. Fans always want. And, like this is a big move, especially not knowing the future. N'Kobe, or not the future, sorry, the outlook for N'Kobe Dean to start the season. With his injury at the end of last year, he might not be ready for the opening week. So you hope you get Campbell right for the opening week of the season, and he's going to get immediate impact snaps, and he's a guy that who's played in big games, played in high caliber, meaningful games, and he's going to come in and do good. And yeah, it's a tremendous pick for Howie Roseman and the Eagles, and an easy A for this pick.
I just love sticking to it feels like the obvious pick. Like, an Alabama linebacker just feels like such a strong choice to make. But I think one of the early Howie critiques in drafts used to be how he used to get very mind gamesy with his picks. And it just Campbell in the first round from Alabama, it was a very like, this is the best guy on the board. You take him, good, great, move on.
No, for sure, and I mean, and part of that too, I think your job gets I don't know, that's not the right word, but I think when your team's this good and you have all this depth, right? You can take the easy pick. You could take this guy should go here. Where I think he started overthinking it. Where when the Eagles were struggling, it was okay. I gotta get this pick right, so we'd start turning the corner. Like, and I think he just tried to overthink things in the past. Where now, hypothetical, right? Let's say this Camel pick doesn't work out as well as we wanted to. We have depth. We have guys that obviously won us a Super Bowl last year. So you have easy replacements there. Where in the past it was, oh, he missed out on this. That position group is really bad. So I think again, I think that plays a little bit into it too. But no, I mean, listen, when Chip Kelly came in and since Howie's retaken over, he's been a different general manager. He's been a guy that learned from his mistakes, made the changes necessary, and now he's a completely different guy. And he's taken this team to another level from it.
And I think justifiably with two Super Bowl wins, he's more confident in himself in his
Yeah.
picks. Like I think that's a major because before it was he's the trade guy, which I very much he was the trade guy, but now like you were seeing in the room where it happens. Sorry, that's a musical reference right there. But we're seeing in the room, his picks pan out. And between winning 2 Super Bowls and his drafts being successful in the past 5+ years, like it truly is his confidence soaring, and it's very, very easy to see. No, I did not do an Eagles pun on purpose there.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, it's all about confidence. That's what sports are. When you're rolling and you have full confidence in yourself, you continue that. When you have to doubt yourself a little bit and try to overthink things, that's when it creeps back in. And again, he's got no reason not to be confident. Like you said, 2 Super Bowls and continued success, 3 Super Bowls appearances here recently since retaking the GM. So
And I think it's
he's
just
a
funny we don't really think about the fact that that confidence thing very we see that with players all the time, but that does go into even the office, the front office.
yeah, no, for sure.
Uh so, like I said, I think my overall things I saw in the draft, Campbell looked into that, obviously good pick. Um I noticed there wasn't a tight end. I noticed there was a QB, but really just kind of seemed like a good set. Nothing crazy. But Andrew, what is your standouts from the 2025 Eagles draft?
Yeah, I think obviously we talked about Campbell being ace in that pick, and then after that, I think Robinson's a really good steal at round 4 pick. Ty Robinson from Nebraska. I think he's a defensive tackle that will come in and with the rotation pieces we have, I think he's going to be a really good pass rusher and really fill out some sacks for this team. I think he adds a lot of depth there, especially for a 4th round pick. I really like the I really like that pick as a whole. The 2nd round safety out of Texas, I don't mind it. Makuba, I think he's a good player. He wasn't my first choice. I for the one from Notre Dame. I thought was the one they go for, but
Do
again,
you mean
obviously,
in terms of safeties available?
yes, yeah, the safety's available. So hey, he wasn't my first choice at that spot, but I think he's a good player, and I think again he's been battle tested in the SEC as well, coming from a high caliber team there. So I think you got a really good player there, and he'll make a good impact. And to your point about the quarterback, I think that was a good depth piece. Obviously, you traded Pickett in the offseason, and you needed that third guy. And Kyle McCord has the build to be a good quarterback, and they'll see if they can how well they can turn him into a really good player. But I
I
think
do think it made sense in this in the case that we moved on from Pickett as the backup, and people are obsessed with McKee being the number 2 spot.
yeah, yeah, and he will. It'll be his, but I also think this gives you leverage if you wanted to trade McKee. Like I think they view McCord that highly. You also traded. You got another quarterback in that Pickett deal as well, so you have depth in the room. You're going to have competition, and I would not be surprised. And fans might hate me for saying this because of your point with how much fans love him. I would not be surprised to see McKee on a different team to start the season. I think he's just that second pick, right? Or sorry, second string quarterback where if a team is looking for depth, he could be on the move. He'd be that guy
Send him to
that teams
Cleveland. They
look
already
for.
have 5 quarterbacks. Just give him
Yeah,
another one.
right, drafted too.
It's so
um,
funny.
yeah, but yeah, to round out the draft too, I like the offensive tackles in round 6. I was surprised they didn't try to get one earlier. I know they got a center in round 5 as well, but my point is, I thought they would have went a little bit higher for an offensive lineman there. But again, it is what it is. I think they got the right picks where I needed. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, overall, an A for this draft, and excited to see what these guys have. And
I
if
like
it's
Howie
anything,
adding to his Georgia Bulldog Infinity Gauntlet. Just adding
yeah,
another
right, no
Bulldog to the
linebacker.
mix. I will say,
Well,
in the
I
terms
love I
of
love that graphic. I don't know if you've seen that because we have so many Alabama and Georgia players with
yes,
the Eagles, but spelled with the Alabama A and Georgia G.
yep, I love it. It's so funny. And I do want to comment real quick on McKee possibly being traded. I think he's good trade fodder. You know what I mean? Like he is a decent quarterback in that backup spot that we may or may not exactly need. So if you get something valuable for him, I would definitely say
Yeah.
he's I'm taking the call at least.
Oh, for sure, you have to take the call.
You
And
have
we
to
know how
take the
much
call.
we know how much Howie likes his draft picks. So.
What do you think he's worth just in picks?
I get maybe a fifth rounder. I mean, it depends how desperate the team is that's trading for him. But I mean, again, he didn't play a lot yet. Obviously, he had a good preseason, and then he had a good game he came in for. But again, I think he
I
hasn't
don't like
proven
talking
enough.
too much about other shows, but the reason I asked that was Gargano was like, "Oh, I'll give him up for a first round pick." It's like, what? Like,
Yeah,
you
he's not
think
getting
he's worth
that.
a first round pick?
There's no ways. He'd be lucky to
No,
get
I
a
don't even
third
think
or
he's worth a
fourth.
second. I was gonna say a third, maybe. Like,
I I thought my fifth was a stretch, to be honest. I was more thinking six, but I went a little bit higher. Yeah, I just don't think he did enough in real games, in real
yeah,
time. Like, yeah,
he just
obviously he had
doesn't
a good
have that.
preseason
Like,
and stuff.
yeah, there's
But
the footage
the
isn't
the
there.
reason
You
why
know?
everyone loves him is because his build is so good for a quarterback. Like he's got the
Yeah,
he's a perfect size for a quarterback, and I think everyone thinks it's going to translate. But I mean, no offense, but hopefully with Jalen Hurts here, you're not even going to be able to see it
but I do
unless
think with
he's moved.
Jalen, we kind of depend on a quarterback being decent and available for 1 to 2 games in the season. You know?
Yeah, you're not wrong there. Yeah.
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 So anyway, I agree. So good draft. I think you said it perfect. So let's move on to the Eagle schedule, which a lot of not 1 o'clock games. I think we counted over 10, which I don't. I saw people debating like what's considered a primetime game, but to me, if it's national TV, I think that's considered primetime. I know it's not all Sunday night, but like if I could watch this nationally without Sunday ticket, I think that should be basically considered some kind of a primetime game.
But to me,
Um,
that would be only Thursday, Sunday night, or Monday night.
okay.
Because like if that's and again, I mean, yeah, it's tough to tell what the logic is, but you you might get a different 425 game than I get, depending on our area.
Okay, so it isn't necessarily a given national game.
Where
Interesting.
people view primetime as you're the only game playing, so you'd beat
Well,
the
that's not
Sunday
even a
night,
thing anymore
you'd
because they
beat it.
have fudging three teams. They have 3 different games playing on Monday night at the same time now this year. Like, I hate the NFL. Oh, maybe another time. Maybe another time. The NFL is in its worst character arc, and it's financially the richest it's ever been. I mean, duh. But like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I hate the NFL. The current NFL it's not fan friendly. Is the best way to put it. It's not fan friendly, but we're obsessed with it. That's what we're obsessed with. Wrong hand. We're obsessed with this thing right here.
I mean, that's the problem. They can do whatever they want because they know everyone's going
Mm-hmm.
to watch it still.
Exactly.
It's like when they
Exactly.
raise stadium prices for food and stuff. Like as absurd as it is, they know X fan is going to still go out and get his chicken and peach fries with the $3 cheese little
Well, and that's
fucking
what,
on the
dude. I went
side.
to the Pat McAfee live show in Pittsburgh. A beer was $25 for one. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's insane.
they're the 20-ounce
It
beer,
doesn't
so it's
matter.
technically 2 beers. But yeah, it was $25 for one beer. And did I
I
have
can go to
two
the
of
bar
them?
and get two
Yeah.
beers for $8.
Like,
Yeah, that's my point though. Yeah, as crazy it is. I mean, they know people are still gonna buy it. People
yeah,
still need their food, still need their drinks. I mean, yeah.
that's and never mind. Let's go. Let's schedule. Love week 1 Thursday night football in Philly against Dallas. Dallas getting to come to Philadelphia, watch the ring ceremony, watch the banner go up, and then lose in national television. It's gonna be that is my favorite. Week 1 is my favorite part of the whole schedule.
That's pretty funny.
It is because
It,
like I mean,
well,
look, let's look at a couple of quick things just to compare to it. Like I think one of the biggest ones is the game against the Lions because I think a lot of NFL fans, like just general NFL fans, feel like they were robbed of, and like us
yep.
included, like we were robbed of this game, right? Because Washington went further. They did better than they should have this last year, so to speak. So I think a lot of NFL fans are excited for the Eagles versus Lions game this year. and I think that's why it's a great Sunday night game. Like that is another great game. Um, but I mean, I just love the absolute salt, the saltiness of having Dallas come watch our Super Bowl winning ceremony in Philadelphia on prime time. Like there's just something so amazing. It's like David Akers is scheduling the event. Like it's just going right back to his draft speak after the Eagles 152. Like it's just so good. It's so good. And I a lot of times on Twitter these days, I just read through comments, kind of similar to Reddit. Like I don't even interact. I just read stuff. And I love finding Dallas fans that are so delusional that they're like, Dak is the best. Dak is the best quarterback in the whole league in the NFC East for sure. And blah blah blah. He's 502 in the NFC East. Like blah blah blah. It's like, dude, you are overpaying this quarterback that has no proof in the pudding. And it's just, I mean, I think they've won one playoff game with him, I think, if I remember correctly.
I'd say he's third, probably, in the
What?
division. He's probably third in the division. Probably third best quarterback in the division.
Wait, but has he even did they haven't won they won, dude, they've won one playoff game with him. One. And like they'll be like, "Oh, well, this is the best quarterback, blah blah blah." And then it's funny because like I said, I enjoy the hell out of eating just I eat Dallas. I eat the entire city, just eat it up. No, I love reading and eating up the comments of how delusional they are because I don't think we've ever been delusional. And again, this goes back to the difference in fandoms.
Nah.
Well, sure, that's true. We are always delusional here on Philly Sports Now. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. But I feel like we're also very self-aware and self-hit. What's the word I'm trying to say? But like self-governing. Like it's one of the things like with the Phillies or the Sixers or whatever. Like we are too. What is the word I'm trying to say? But uh uh we focus too much on the details of how bad we are. And like we'll get rid of someone who's not bad because they had one bad game kind of a thing. Like Dak would not still be in Philly if his career was happening in Philly right now. Like the way it's happening. You know what I mean? Like
I
we
don't
would
know if I
have
agree
moved
with
on.
that. I don't know about that.
Absolutely we would have moved on. What has he done that's shown that he's worth keeping? Especially in this city. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I don't know. I disagree with that, but I mean, it's whatever.
Anyway, and then Washington fans have come out of nowhere in the past year and acted like they've been in our ear for the past decade, like I've known any of you ever.
That's what happens when you win. I mean, they made the NFC Championship game. So, I mean, yeah, anytime you do that with a rookie quarterback, of course you're fans are gonna come out.
Well, and I mean, so speaking of that, when is the Washington? Aren't both Washington games at the end of the season? Like
Yeah, they play them twice, twice in the top 3 weeks.
the very last game of the season, which I think they're banking on that deciding the NFC East title.
They probably will.
That's what I think. I think they're thinking we'll go into week 18 practically tied.
Yeah, I mean, I think it will probably. I mean, I think both these teams are going to be 11, probably 11 to 12 win teams, and I mean, I'd fully expect it to, unless that first one kind of kicks somebody out of the running. That would be the only way it doesn't, in my opinion. If it's a 2 game stretch, and you know, yeah, if you're up 2 games or something, and one of them, yeah, whoever wins that week 16 game could end early just because they play that one. I just don't get why you have to play twice in 3 weeks. I don't know why you couldn't have played split up the Giants and Washington games earlier. Like you played
Yeah, I
Giants
think
week
it's
six
weird
and
that you
eight,
don't have the
and
first
Washington
rematch
16
of
and
the
8.
NFC title early in the season. Like I said, like this is like almost similarly to the Eagles Lions game being a Sunday night game. I see the Eagles Commanders game as a pretty big game.
Well, that's why they're doing that one on Saturday. That'll be the Saturday night game probably. That'll be its own primetime game as well. and then they leave that Sunday, that last week of the season is always that flex time, so they can put the better games on there. So you have a chance that both the Commander games are primetime night games.
Getting the Chiefs game as our opponent in Kansas City. I hate playing in Kansas City. I think it's well, first of all, it's definitely a I hate personally playing in Kansas City. I hate the travel. No, but I just they're a good stadium. It's a good team, and it's a tough stadium to play in for every team. So I just don't. I always rather Kansas City come to Philly for sure. But I think it's good back to back weeks. I think it's tough, but I think this whole schedule is tough. I think that's really one of the big takeaways people are taking from this. Yeah, it's
Well, I mean, this what happens when you win a Super Bowl. That you get the tougher schedule, you get matched up with the first place teams, and everyone's freaking out about it. You keep hearing how the Eagles have this tough schedule, and they have to play all the playoff teams. But again, that's why
but
you
they
won
won
the
the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl. That's what. Yeah,
Yeah, everyone keeps saying. I keep hearing you have to play every team that made the playoffs last year, and it's just I mean, you beat every one of those teams. So I don't know why people act like it's not going to be a good season because of it. I mean, this team is still going to go out there and still win the division. They're still going to win at least 10, if not more likely 11 to 12 games. And I mean, it's what?
that's a bold. I mean, to win the division, I think you need that many, but that's a bold. Like you said that super confidently. I'm impressed.
I mean, there's no reason not to be. It's your
We
your
won the Super
team.
Bowl. You're right. The
You won the
confidence should
Super
be
Bowl.
high right now.
You didn't lose anybody giant that you didn't replace. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, I'm not saying you're gonna win the division by 5 games, but there's no reason to believe this team won't be back in the division. I mean, I obviously, yeah, you're gonna have tough games, but it's not like again you beat all those teams last year, so I don't see why. Obviously, anything can happen, but I mean, unless this team has an injury, again, you're still a double digit win team, and I mean, worst case is you're playing in a wild card.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's very true, and I don't have a rebuttal to it. It's just it's just so confident in that statement. Just 11 to 12 wins because I don't think we're gonna go on a 12 win streak or anything like that. Like I don't think it's gonna be like 2023 when we were like counting the 8-0, 9-0, that kind of thing. Like I think we'll stack wins. I'm not saying we're gonna be bad. I just don't.
That's
I think any week could be a win or a loss.
But we'll do a quick run through. We'll maybe save our breakdowns for the season. But I mean, that's part of the fun of this coming out. So we'll
Yeah,
start. We'll
yeah.
start Eagles, obviously opening night. Dallas at Eagles.
Big W. If
All
that's a loss, I might not watch the rest of the season. Spoiler, I will.
right.
But that's the mood. If we lose week one, I I I mean confidence out the window. That's for sure.
So all right, next Kansas City
I
at
think that's
Kansas
a
City.
loss. I think it's a loss. It's the Super Bowl rematch. They're gonna be pissed. It's at Kansas City. I think that's a loss.
I'm going to win 2-0.
Are
You
you
got
keeping
1-1.
track or do I
Yeah,
need the right?
I got the tracker.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right, home against the Rams.
Win. Win. I'm
I'll
not
t- I'll take a win. I'll take a win as well.
I think the Eagles have the Rams pretty under control.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Their big move was the Devontae Adams trade, so they added some key receiving depth.
Yeah, but like, are
That
you
helps
really? I
them.
mean, an aging
No,
Devonte
no,
Adams,
no.
like,
I agree. I'm just saying that was a good pickup for them
oof.
and helps them contend in the division. But then you hit the road again for Tampa Bay. I feel like we play Tampa Bay and Tampa Bay every single year. I don't know what year. I don't know
I
what year they're going to come to Philadelphia, but
and I hate, yeah, right. I hate Tampa, and I hate playing. I hate the Eagles playing in Tampa. I'm gonna go loss.
you're going to loss. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got them at 2-2, same as last year. So we started last year. So
Yep.
basically, you're saying the Eagles won the Super Bowl again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying they're not.
I'm going to go win here. You got to eventually get a win down there, and I think this is the one you'll be. Last year we were banged up and missing everybody, and that's why you got blown out. Give
And
me
it
a
is
win.
early in the season, so that's a great comparison. Like this is a much better situation. Hopefully,
Yep. All right, home against Denver.
win.
So you got 3-2. I'll take a win as well, 5-0. At New York Giants, not Jets.
Win. New York Giants is the new. We used to say so in the division.
Washington.
You always, yeah, they're the new Washington in the sense
Yeah.
that you always sweep one team, and that's what you got to assume the Giants are going to be a sweep. So yeah, well, win,
Okay, so then at Minnesota.
win. The Vikings. Now I gotta edit, but I stick with it.
I don't see us losing to JJ McCarthy, right? On paper. Guy's never played a game in the NFL yet. But I don't know, going down to Minnesota, they got a weird defense. Justin Jefferson. No, I'm going to go win. I'll go 7-0. Back home against the Giants.
Timeout. Timeout. You have them at 7-0. Didn't you have them losing to Kansas City?
No, I said win that.
You have them at 8-0 because we both are going to say they beat. We just said they're sweeping the Giants.
Yeah, 8-0.
That's crazy. If they're 8-0 going into the bye, I mean, I'm pre-ordering Super Bowl gear. I don't care how it's happening.
Here's my thing on Kansas City. Now, if you talk about that game, I'm not saying they're a bad team, but we all joked about last year how they kept winning those games lucky on these one possession lucky last second things. Then the Eagles exposed them in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying the Chiefs are a bad team. They'll be in the playoffs. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they're that top tier unbeatable team like they used to be.
And I don't think they're unbeatable. But I think they're going to do. I think hold on. I think they're going to do what they did last year in the season, which is they're going to pull off last second wins because they're a smart team. Because Andy Reid is a smart. God damn it! This is what I'm talking about. I just called Reid a manager. Can't we just be consistent? He's a smart head coach. He obviously he knows what he's doing and he knows how to use Mahomes and his team. So yeah. And again, they're coming angry. They're home. I'm just. If we win that game, shocking. That's a shocking win. And I'll happily go 6-2 into the bye. That would be
same.
Absolutely happy with that.
So Zach's got us 6-2 heading into the bye. I got us 8-0 into the bye. And then week 10, Nick Sirianni's got a great record after the bye, but week 10 in Lambeau Field at Green Bay Packers, Monday Night Football, playoff rematch. The team that's trying to kick us out of the tush push. What happens?
I want to lean Green Bay wins, but I actually think the Eagles pull this one off.
I want the Eagles to win this game with 50 tush pushes running. Just run it down their throat.
just do it the whole game. No, but I seriously, I think it's personal, right? I think there is that aspect of it for sure. But I also think the primetime modern Eagles play very well on primetime. And I think this Eagles team can take care of the Packers again on primetime. It's literally, I mean, this is a rematch essentially of last year's start of the season. And it's
start of the year playoff game.
But all I'm saying is primetime season game. I think this is one of those games that the Eagles steal, basically.
Yeah, we got him twice last year, like you said, the opening week, and then you got him in the playoffs. But
it's so funny.
I'm gonna go Green Bay here.
What was that? Wow, you think this is their first? Oh, you did talk. Okay, all right. That's crazy. I don't think they lose this game though.
What were you gonna say though before that? Yeah, no, I don't know. Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs coming back. They got added to the receiving core.
I think they're going to be a great team this year. No doubt.
And again, you got him twice last year, Monday night. I don't know. You got to lose a game somewhere.
Well, you have them at 8-0, so yeah.
That's my point. All right, then you come back home. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go.
Come back home, face Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions, the game everybody was robbed from last year and all the talk. Everyone thought Detroit might have the Eagles number last year and stuff. And, all offseason, we've been hearing from the Detroit fans the excuse for the injury bug they had last year. So what happens this year in Philadelphia?
Not just a win. This is, for sure, Kelly Green game. 100%. This is a Kelly Green game. It's a home game on Sunday Night Football against the Detroit Lions. Dude, the Kelly Green with the Detroit blue is gonna pop so well, like those two colors together. And
You're not right. That is business.
it's absolutely going to be a Kelly Green game, and we are going to absolutely win this game because I forget the record, but the Eagles definitely have a winning record in Kelly Green
Yeah, I mean the one I will always remember on Kelly Green games is the overtime win against the Bills.
against who?
The Bills.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah, when you
my
win the whole game, the Bills strike late, send it to
that's
overtime, and Hurts runs in the game-winning touchdown.
the
Yeah,
Hurts doing the
that
arms out pose
that will be the game, and then the play in the Kelly Green will
is
always
Barkley.
be the Barkley backwards jump. But
That's I mean
that game, I mean, whatever. Like the more fun game was the Bills. The best play was the Barkley.
yeah.
So it'll be tough. Those are two tough ones to beat, though. All right, next up is. Oh wait, I didn't get mine on that.
You did not get yours. I assume it's a win, but I don't know.
No, I'm going back-to-back losses.
What? Huge loss. Huge loss.
A lot of hype in that game, I get it, but again, two tough teams battling out. I think Detroit finds a way to sneak it out on Sunday Night Football. They're they're similar to the Chiefs last year. Is they always find a way to win those close games in prime time, and you're sitting now. Well, actually, we both got them 8-2 now. Um, but that's gonna be a key game for a tiebreaker come 1 seed or 2 seed probably down the road.
Now I'm
So
going to
that
stop
will
you
be,
real quick because this scenario, like my 8-2, is way different than your 8-2 because you have them back to back losing after the bye, dude.
oh yeah,
The
it's gonna be a fan meltdown.
the mindset of the fans would be the city would be burning more than any of the Super Bowl wins, and
Every, everyone's going 2 years ago. Everyone's gonna think about the 2 year ago collapse.
yes, yes, the city would be in just utter chaos if we're in your situation right now, especially after winning 8 straight to
Yeah,
go bye week loss, and both losses, mind you, being on prime time on national television. That would be the Eagles would be what posers. The Eagles would be frauds. The
yeah.
Eagles need to
Pretenders. I love that
fire
word.
Nick
I love that word.
Sirianni,
Pretenders.
get rid of Jalen Hurts, start Tanner McKee. Oh my God, we would be hearing all of it with an 8-2 record, mind you.
Yeah, no, we will. You're not wrong. But not to make it worse. Heading down to Dallas.
Loss.
Give us
Absolutely
3 in a row.
Absolutely a loss. I mean, again, this is my this is the safe betting instincts in me is I'm gonna go split Dallas, split Washington this year. So I don't care how much I make fun of Dallas, which I did a lot at the start of this podcast. I got to give them their win in Dallas.
Yeah, and they're still a good team. And I think people are starting to take them lightly because, they got the new coach coming in and everything. And people will think, it's going to be an easier Dallas team. But you got to remember, they traded for George Pickens. It's going to be a great 1-2 duo with CeeDee Lamb and Pickens.
That is,
I don't think
that is a scary 1-2.
Yeah,
that is
I think week
1-2.
one. I think week one, it's nice facing them week one, new coaching staff, new team. You can take advantage of that. But by week 12, it's going to be a good Dallas team.
You got to assume they'll have some kind of, not momentum, but some kind of system going.
Yeah, exactly. So
probably
it's
by
be,
week 10. Or
it's going to be a battle. But luckily, week 13, the Chicago Bears are there to get us back on the winning track. I'm not afraid of Caleb Williams.
Definitely a win. Yep.
Black Friday. Say what you want if you like that game or not. That's a debate for another day.
I don't know. No, let's talk about it real quick. Not like super long, but why do people not like this game or that day?
Because you can't play. NFL is not meant to play on Friday. You already have Thursday. You have Saturdays late in the year. You have Sunday. I get it. You're going to steal the games. You're going to become the money maker. But that was always a college football day. It's funny. They have a rule. You can't, I can't remember where I heard this. I don't know how true it is. I never fact checked it, but you can't play at night because there's something with college football and high school football on Friday nights. Yeah. So you have to play at 3:00. It's also a terrible time on a Friday. There's just nothing good about it. It's Amazon Prime only.
Yeah.
There's
I
there's
don't have
nothing good about
Amazon.
this game. Like outside, you're facing the Bears and you're going to win the game. There's nothing good about it.
Yeah, I mean I agree with that, but like I don't know. I've always been an advocate for I would love Friday night games, dude. I have absolutely said I don't give a shit about your Friday night lights. Go if you want to go watch high school football because you would rather go watch 16-year-olds play than these adults that get paid to do it. That's your decision in life. I would rather watch the professionals on Friday night.
What about the parents of those kids that have to go to those games?
Sucks to suck. Choose. It's either little Jimmy on the football field or the Eagles. I know who I'm picking.
All right, if you, it's cut that one and frame that forever. Have that.
Fast forward to my son playing football in 15 years or whatever, and I'm sitting there like, son of a bitch, I'm missing the Eagles game.
I mean, at this point, we'll be famous for this podcast. So.
That's right. That's right. I'll be podcasting. I'll somehow be making money off of that game.
Yeah. But all right, now we're heading to LA to face the Chargers. Monday Night Football once again. This
Did
time
the Chargers
again.
do big moves this offseason? Did they do anything interesting?
Nah, they didn't do anything too crazy.
Nah, give me the win then. I mean, first off, LA is a fake city. Like, that's not a real fan base. I'm just not afraid of the Chargers at all.
Yeah, I agree. I think you go down there, you go over to LA and win that game.
I think the Chargers have shown improvement in the last couple of years, but Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles. What are we talking about?
Next up is I almost called them the Oakland Raiders, but they're now the Las Vegas Raiders. One of our 6 1:00 games.
I think that's a win.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way you lose that at home. They got the time change not in their favor. Eagles win that one. Move to 11-3. And then, I mean, I'm not looking at Washington's schedule, but you figure there'll be something around 11-3 as well. You go Saturday. Well, it's to be announced. It'll either be Saturday afternoon or Saturday night.
I will say,
I would expect it to be night.
The Saturday games. I agree with you on that. Like, it's too much. I mean, that's what we already said. The NFL is in its worst state. That it's not for the fans anymore. It's financially in its best state. It's in its worst state when it comes to being a fan of the sport. But taking my Saturdays away is just it's too much.
That's funny because I'm actually on the other end of that one. I think that case they play it perfect because they wait till college football is at the end and it's just the bowl game. So there's not going to be it's not college football Saturday anymore. It's the bowl game afternoons, and then the following week is usually the college football playoffs, and
yeah.
So that Saturday fulfills the college football missing.
I would rather kick off.
I like the NFL there. I can't remember Eagles on Saturday. We'll see if I like the Eagles Saturday, but I do like the NFL. But anyway, Washington probably for first place at that point. I mean, obviously, So I'm going to go Washington gets the win in Washington.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think. Yep, agreed.
So both 11-4 now, heading into a tough game.
Yeah, you know what?
Buffalo.
You know what? I think I'm going to go crazy here. I think I'm going to go. I actually.
Oh, we got to switch?
I think the Eagles win this one, which I think is going to spoil my week 18.
Zach goes 12-4, and after an 8-0 start, Zach has the Eagles as the better record now. As I will take Washington as the Eagles drop. No, I'm sorry, you got the Eagles 12-3. I got the Eagles 11-4. And then we go a road trip to Buffalo. My guess will be 2 feet of snow on the field. December 28th, 4/25.
Oh, this is a great after Christmas. The Christmas hype is dying. It's not. You're still kind of having a song here and there. Oh, this is a great. I'm so glad it's not on Christmas Day. First of all, I'm very against that. I'm very excited for this game. However, I do think the Eagles lose this game.
I will match up with you. I'm very excited. It'll be a fun late game. Possible Super Bowl preview as long as everybody's healthy.
Yep.
But in the end, I think it'll be a tough loss, and the Eagles fall to 11-5.
Now, I gotta tell you, if this was at home, I could see it. Like this is a coin toss of a game. I think.
Yeah. Oh,
I think it's a
and
very
that's
good game. I think I give this one to Buffalo because they are an extremely hungry team. It's home for that. It's an away game for the Phillies. Jesus, it's an away game for the Eagles. Uh, like I just I it's their game to lose basically. It's the Bills' game to lose.
yeah, and I think that's what a lot of these games are when you're this good and have this tough of a schedule. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
you got him at 12-4 right now. I got him at 11-5, but you could flip a coin and I could change the Lions to a win and the Chiefs to a loss, right? So
right.
you can get to these records five different ways by the end of the year. But yeah, one last game. Probably this will probably definitely be for the division. Zach, you have the Eagles going to 13-4, a game better than last year, or falling to 12-5.
I think in their Kelly Green unis, the Eagles lose this game to the Commanders.
Okay, now you were joking about my losing streak earlier in the year. Now picture this fan base going into the postseason on a two-game losing streak to two
No,
playoff contending teams.
I think the Eagles. I think it's very possible they lose the division this year. I think the Eagles might go in as a wild card team, which is fine, guys. That's totally okay because the Commanders are a really good team. Well, they have a really good quarterback and they can be a really good team. Um, yeah, I think this. I'm going to be the more critical of the two of us and say the Eagles lose this game. I think that loses them to division and it solidifies them
Oh,
going in as a wild card team. And I think that is going to light a fire in the bellies of the Philadelphia Eagles. Jeez, oh man, we gotta wrap this up. I think it lights a fire in the Eagles, and I think they can go for a run still. Like, I mean, what did I just say? They go and they
yeah,
got 13 wins, 12 wins, something like that.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm at 12-5.
that's what that's a great season. I'm not saying they're a bad
Yeah.
team, but I do think I think the Commanders are going to steal this one.
I'm going to disagree there. I'm going to say the win. I think both teams finish around 12-5. I think that game will be for the division. And yeah, the Phillies. Now you got me saying the Phillies. The Eagles will win that game, go to 12-5, win the division, and then we'll see what happens. I think Lions might repeat as the one seed of the division because of that win they had over the Eagles. But I think, yeah. All that being said, 12-5. So Zach had a start in 2-2. I had a start in 8-0, but we both ended with 12-5.
That's pretty funny, and I think it goes to show just how we spoke about confidence at the start of this episode as well. I think it goes to go. It's got to wrap this up. It's. I think it goes to show how confident we are in the Eagles this upcoming season, as you should be after winning the Super Bowl. Like I don't know how
Yeah.
many times I have to say that, right?
No, for sure. And yeah, I mean, confidence is key, and there's no reason this team shouldn't be. And again, a lot of guys coming back. It's not like you lost. I think that was one of the things, with the last one is you're bringing the entire offense. Like this offense is here for a while, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun run, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Very excited. Very excited. Yeah, I don't. I obviously. Well, I guess it's pretty obvious because I just said I don't think they win the division, but don't have them winning the one seed. I don't necessarily think the Lions get it though, dude. I think the Lions are. I'm not going to say one and done, but I think they are going to burn out quickly.
See, you think that with them. I a little bit think that way with Washington.
Oh, I definitely think that
I
with
think Daniels is
Washington,
a little.
but I
I
just
think
think
Daniels is a little predictable all season. Yeah, you have it. You figure him out. And I know they made the big trade for Debo Samuel this offseason, which is great. Just like Dallas, they got a good 1-2 punch now receiver wise. But I don't know something about Washington. And you saw that with RG3. I get it. The health was different, but RG3 went and had a really good rookie season and then never went back.
But I think Washington has at least one, if not two more good years. Like
Yeah.
again, Jaden Daniels was a rookie last year, right? So, I give him a solid 3-year run of peak Washington, I don't know, arc, whatever we want to call it. But what are we? This is the second year of Detroit playoffs where they went nowhere. Like I think this is Detroit's last contender year, and I just don't even think they're that, to be honest. I'm throwing a lot of shades at Detroit that is very unnecessary, but I would be shocked for them to make any sort of progress this year, really, because I think they're going to do exactly what they've done in the past 2 years. I think they're going to play well. I think they're going to get to the playoffs, but I just don't think they're going to do anything there.
Well,
Like
I'll
for the
say
first
this real
time,
quick.
I feel like Buffalo actually has a shot going to the Super Bowl, which is pretty crazy with Josh Allen's run that we still haven't seen him in a Super Bowl. But because we also just talked at the start of the schedule, I think Kansas City is finally dying down. And that's the difference, right? Kansas City finally dying down after a almost decade long run, if not, just quick thinking off the top of my head, like I could see the Bills finally making their move into the Super Bowl this year. I just don't think Detroit has that in them. I could see. I will say I think the top four contenders for the NFC this year is the Eagles, the Commanders, I think Green Bay, and oh shoot, who is my number four? Oh
Detroit.
man, this is great. Great. I don't know. I don't think they're top four. Who am I missing that could be that spot? Oh, the Vikings. I think the
Rams.
Vikings could. Yeah, that's. I think my top. That's my top four.
See, I can't trust the Vikings with the quarterback situation this year.
Yeah, I get it, but I think
But to
they're
your
a
point, that's why Detroit could take a little minor step back, is because that division's so good. I mean, they could beat each other up. You
yeah.
have the Packers, the Vikings. I mean, you split those games, there's three losses right there. Or
That's
sorry, two losses right there. And that's not counting. I mean, again, the Lions won the NFC last year, so similar to the Eagles, they're going to get matched up with a bunch of
yeah.
top tier teams.
And I
So
guess at the end of the day, I'm putting Detroit pretty close with the Vikings. I mean, considering I forgot the Vikings name there and was thinking about Detroit, I think that shows that I'm kind of full of shit to an extent because I put them right there. I guess I have to put Detroit at number five. Could be number four, but I just yeah I don't know, man. I don't. That's not a lot there. I mean, also, like, who else is in the NFC that we're worried about? Obvious, not Dallas. Tampa is like such a like. It's like they're a tough team in the season, but like, I'm not afraid of them. Like, they don't do anything.
you're
Like,
afraid of the Dallas, Washington, Green Bay, and Detroit. They're my four.
yeah. So I don't know. That's everything on my end, though. Yeah, I think this is. I think the NFC is definitely going to be an interesting year. I think it could be a really like almost anyone's side.
Yeah.
I will be shocked if the Bills don't finally go to the Super Bowl this year. I I I think they have to go this year. I'm not even saying win. I think they have to win the AFC title for the first time.
We'll see. There's too much. There's a lot of competition. I mean, similar to the NFC, you could say that for the Ravens too, and Lamar Jackson. I mean, they got to get
God,
there
I always
eventually as
forget
well.
about the Ravens. I do. I always forget about the Ravens. Like I yeah yeah. I don't know. I do think Kansas City's other shoe is about to drop, though. I really do. I think the Eagles beating them is
Yeah,
kind of going to
I think
send
that's the end for
shockwaves.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's going to be the end for them.
yeah. I think they might make another appearance, but they still lose it.
Well, then make another appearance. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson continue to fall through.
I didn't say this year.
Yeah,
All right. Anything else, Andrew, or should we wrap this one up?
12-5 Super Bowl champions. No,
I do not think we're
again,
going to win the
it's
Super Bowl again. I
it's
think,
it's gonna be a fun. It's a fun season. It's a fun schedule. It's gonna create
yeah.
a lot of fun games. It's gonna be exciting. But no, yeah. Shout out to the Eagles. I mean, a lot of weird stuff in here too. I mean, no back-to-back home games. That's strange.
That is
Um,
strange. Like the tough schedule, quote unquote. That's not strange. You said it. We won the Eagles won the Super Bowl. The no back to back home games. That's weird.
yeah. No back-to-back home games, playing two division rivals twice in 3 weeks. Again, I don't know why you couldn't spread that out.
Agreed.
Yeah, just a weird situation like schedule wise, and I mean, again, I think we talked about it. I think it was what 6 Sunday games.
I already closed the schedule, so I don't know.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no, it was seven non-Sunday games, which seemed high to me.
uh,
I expected a lot of night primetime games, but not being on Sunday 7 times was surprising. But yeah,
cool. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to Philly Sports Now, your Philly fan podcast. You can find our social media links in the description below. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe on YouTube for the Philly Gamer to get our video podcast. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you're following on Spotify. It means a lot, helps us a lot, making big moves, and we are continuing to grow. We are doing look very well is the best way to put it, and we appreciate everyone listening. We hope you are enjoying it as much as we are. So thank you everyone once again for listening. Philly Sports Now. I'm Zach. That's Andrew. And I guess summertime, but as always, go birds.